What if the light you're searching for was never out there to begin with? What if it was something you were meant to create? The Stoics had an answer for this. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig. If you've walked through Lordran, you've already seen what this looks like. In Dark Souls, the world does not guide you. It does not encourage you. It does not reassure you. It decays. Cycles repeat. Kingdoms fall. And those who wander long enough lose themselves. They search outward for purpose, for answers, for something to hold on to. And when they don't find it, they go hollow. But then there's Solaire, a lone knight standing in the ruins of a dying world, looking not into the darkness, but toward the sun. I am searching for my very own sun. At first, it sounds almost naive, out of place, even fragile. But it isn't. It's defiance. Because Solaire is not searching for something the world will give him. He's searching for something he has already decided must exist. This is what Marcus Aurelius meant. Look within. The world will not hand you clarity. It will not guarantee purpose. It will not align itself with your expectations. And if your meaning depends on those things, it will collapse the moment they do. But the Stoics understood something deeper. If meaning must be given to you, it can't be taken from you. But if it is built within you, it becomes untouchable. The fountain of good is not something you stumble upon. It is something you dig through discipline, through reflection, through choosing again and again who you will be. Solaire doesn't wait for the world to make sense. He decides that it will. And then he walks forward as if that decision is already true. And if you've played Dark Souls long enough, you've felt the opposite. You felt what it's like to search outward for the next bonfire, for the next shortcut, for something to make the struggle feel worth it. But Solaire moves differently. He doesn't rely on the world to validate his path. He creates a direction and then commits to it. Even when the world gives nothing back. Even when the answers aren't there. Even when the journey feels uncertain. That is why he stands out. Not because he is stronger than everyone else, but because he refuses to become empty, hollow. This is where most people break. They wait. They wait for motivation, for clarity, for the right time. They wait for life to feel meaningful before they act. But life doesn't work that way. And when meaning doesn't arrive, they lose direction. Just like the hollows. But the Stoic approach is different. You don't wait for purpose. You choose it. You don't wait for clarity. You act with intention anyway. You don't wait for the world to light your path. You become the light that walks it. So when things feel uncertain, when your efforts go unnoticed, you continue. When the path feels unclear, you move anyway. And when life feels empty, you fill it with chosen action. Because meaning is not found, it is built. Just like Solaire's sun. It only exists because he refuses to stop searching for it. Take a moment and ask yourself, where have I been waiting for life to give me meaning? What have I been postponing until I feel ready? If nothing changed externally, who could I still choose to be? Now, write down one sentence. Regardless of circumstances, I choose to be someone who. Then, fill in the blank honestly. And hold yourself to it. Today, do not wait. Take one step toward something meaningful. Do one thing that reflects who you want to become. Act without needing certainty. And when doubt appears, remind yourself, I don't wait for meaning. I create it. In Dark Souls, most lose themselves waiting for something to believe in. Waiting for a reason. Waiting for the world to make sense. But Solaire never waited. He chose. He chose to believe in something he could not yet see. He chose to move forward without guarantees. And he chose to carry his own light in a world that offered none. So when you feel lost, when nothing around you seems to give direction, remember, the world does not owe you meaning, but It cannot stop you from creating it. When the world offers no light, become the source. If this light meant something to you, consider subscribing and continue the journey in Majula, where we reflected on Marcus Aurelius and what it means to stand unshaken, even when the world crashes against you. Until next time, endure, reflect, rise. I return to my citadel.